Now then, welcome to the channel, Lake District, and a rather breezy and chilly Honister Pass. We parked just down there at the slate mine, and the intention today is to do 3 Wainwrights: Fleetwith Pike, Brandreth and Grey Knotts. It's not a very long walk, only about 3 miles. So let's have a quick look at the route. Well, as we were driving up here, I was thinking there's not going to be that much climbing to do with us starting at top of Honister Pass. Oh, blooming heck, there might not be much, but this bit straight away, this track, oh, it's steep. Straight away, look, we're making our way up there, look. Yeah, but I think once we're onto Black Star, I think it's called, the high point before we get to Fleetwith Pike, I think that's pretty much most of the ascent done. So I don't think we'll lose too much altitude, or do we? Maybe dropping down from Fleetwith Pike down into Old Quarries. Anyway, continue upwards. So the route I'd plotted took us straight into that active mine down there. This is what will be our return route after we've done Fleetwith Pike, and then we're going off over there. So we've got to find some way of getting over there towards Black Star without using too much of our return route. So there's been a change of plan. We're not going to bother with Black Star. I seem to remember we went off that way. We've both done it before. It was one of the very first walks Charlie did with us. And I think we went off over that way and ended up scrambling over spoil heaps. So yeah, I can't remember if it's a Burkitt or not. But yeah, we've both done it before, so we're not going to bother. So we'll have to retrace our steps back along here to get up to Brandreth and Grey Knotts over there. And what did I say about no more climbing? Because we've got to drop down and then right up there. So Brandreth and Grey Knotts over there. I think see in the clouds over there is Kirk Fell, and then that way is Pillar. Yeah, it's great. We've set off a lot later than we normally do today, because the forecast was a clag early on, but an improving forecast as the day went on. So yeah, this has turned out all right now. Oh, haystacks over there. Now High Crag or High Stile. If you've watched some of my other videos, I always get them two mixed up as to which one comes first on your way over to Red Pike. Right. So we'll come to, I think this track, I think, eventually takes you to Dub's Hut. So we've got to try and veer off to the right somewhere, I think, to get to top of Fleetwith Pike. It's ages since I've been here, I can't remember. Right, we'll see where we get to. So, just for a change, wrong again. That track just came to an end back there, and we're on this path, so that wasn't the track that goes to Dub's Hut. I can see that down there. So we're going to follow this path. It's heading in generally the right direction for Fleetwith Pike anyway. So oh, on we go. So we've joined this path that's coming up out of the valley. I might use that on the way down, save retracing our steps. I'm just wondering if that goes down to Dub's Hut or in the general vicinity of Dub's Hut. Might do that. And then we'll see when we get down there if I might go the way, rather than going back to that path that goes round along the lower slopes of Grey Knotts and up to Brandreth. The first time I did it, we went up from like Blackbeck Tarn, but that stream down there, that's a bit tricky to get over from what I remember. I don't know. We'll see when we get back down there as to which way we go up to Brandreth. I might just go that way from over near Blackbeck Tarn. We'll see. Anyway, Fleetwith Pike first. Well, that's us, top of Fleetwith Pike. Oh, I was hoping to be able to set the tripod up and spin round and look at the views, but it's blowing. As you can probably tell, it's blowing a hoolie up here, but that's a great view down there, isn't it? Looking down over Buttermere and Crummock Water, and Red Pike and his mates over that way. Oh, where have they gone? Over that way, and then looking over like Dale Head, and Dale Head's over here, and it's High Stile, and over to Grasmere. Oh right, we're going to get down here. I'm going to go down that path that we saw up there. Oh, if we can get some shelter. Oh, we'll see if we can have coffee and a chew. Right, down we go. So what I'm thinking is, rather than retrace our steps, I mean, we're going down that alternative path that we crossed on the way up. So we'll see where this takes us. We'll see when we get down here. See where this path brings us out. And I don't know if we get to Dub's Hut and that track, I might just follow that track back to where that path goes off below Grey Knotts, or if it takes us further down, sort of towards well, the bottom of the valley down here where that stream is that you've got to ford. We'll see when we get down there anyway. Right, on we go. So that path has brought us down to, I think this is Dub's Quarry. So we're just in this shelter out at Wyn for coffee and a chew. So I think what we're going to do is head back along the old quarry track and then pick up that path that goes diagonally below Grey Knotts and up to Brandreth. Oh, windy. It's got a bite to it, is that breeze as well. So while we're having coffee and a chew, anyway, if you'd like to support the channel, there's that QR code there. If you scan that, that'll take you to buy me a coffee and straight to our page, and you can buy us coffee and a chew for a future episode if you'd so like. Helps the channel out with bringing you more videos. Yeah, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to finish these. Charlie's just about finished his chew there. I'll have my coffee, and then we'll get back down onto that track and follow that track back until we branch off onto the path under Grey Knotts. Right, so we'll see you in a bit. Down here, Charlie. So we've arrived at the drum house on the old tramway. So we've turned right there, and now we're on this path that traverses round below the top of Grey Knotts. And I've been on this path before. I think this is part of the coast to coast. That'll have been last time I was on this path, I think, when I did coast to coast. Right, yeah, so we contour round below Grey Knotts and then up onto Brandreth. So there's this path here. I didn't notice it until we'd got past it over there. We could have come along there and cut that corner off. So yeah, if you are coming this way, look out for this faint path, just so you don't have to go all the way down to that drum house, and it saves you losing a bit of altitude as well. Right, so below Grey Knotts and up to Brandreth. Well, we've just passed a fork in the tracks, and the right hand fork goes down there. That's the coast to coast route, takes you down into Ennerdale, and we carry on up to Brandreth. And it's windy again, and it's got a right chill to it as that wind, and it's a bit wintry underfoot in places as well. I have got my micro spikes with me, but I don't think it'll get to that. Oh, right. Not that. Oh, having said, I don't think it'll come to micro spikes. Ooh. Oh. Right, I don't think we're that far from the top of Brandreth now. I don't know if I'll be able to do any filming up there given how windy it is down here now. So we'll see. Upwards. Well, we've arrived at this fence line. Follow this to the top of Brandreth. Oh, windy again. Or windy still even. That's a great view, isn't it? Looking down the twin valleys of Ennerdale and Buttermere. Stunning, isn't it? With the red Pike Ridge in the middle. Pillar over this way. Kirk fell. And then over here in the clag is Great Gable. Absolutely stunning. I'm glad we came today. Well, I don't know what it was like yesterday, but where I live, you could hardly see your hand in front of you. So fog was right down to sea level. So no, I didn't fancy it. So yeah, I'm glad we came today. This has been great, mate. I'm glad we're not on top of Great Gable. Oh, right, up to Brandreth. So that's Brandreth done. Behind us in the claggies, Green Gable and Great Gable. I can't get tripod out and give you a spin round, it'll just get blown over. It's blowing a hoolie again. There's a little bit of sunshine on it. There is base brown. Beyond that, oh, can't hold camera still, beyond that is Glaramara. Right, and then, oh, the camera's getting blown all over. So we're heading off in that general direction towards Grey Knotts. And we're not far from being back at Car when we get over there, but I'm going to see if we can find somewhere sheltered for lunch. Right, over there towards Grey Knotts. Well, that was a blooming squeeze getting through that kissing gate. And we've passed back through that fence line. I forgot to tell you when we were up on Brandreth, we didn't follow that all the way up. We had to nip over it and follow a line of old metal fence posts to the summit. Anyway, we're back through it, and then there's a vaguish path goes off over here to Grey Knotts, and I don't know, it might be picnic back in Car at this rate. It's absolutely Baltic is this wind, and say we're only, oh, I don't know, less than a mile, I think, back to Honister from top of Grey Knotts. Maybe even just half a mile. I don't know. It's not far anyway. So yeah, it might be picnic in Car. Get heater on. Right, so onwards to Grey Knotts. You say, Charlie? So we're over Grey Knotts. I've had to drop down, I couldn't do any filming up there. Blowing an absolute hoolie, and it's Baltic as well. Now, we're making our way down on a very, very faint path. Now the path is marked on the OS map, and the route I've plotted is right over there by the fence line. this is it is something of a path going down here. I seem to remember last time we were here, we came down this way and it was a bit iffy. Oh, now then, this path as such seems to have completely vanished, but I can see a path heading off down there, but I don't think that's the one we want. That takes you back in the direction of that drum house. We need to head straight down to Honister Pass. Right, we'll see if we can work our way down here. So this path has turned more in the general direction of where we parked, which is useful. You can see over there where we were first thing. Well, one's where we weren't. The pointy one there, that's Black Star, which we didn't go to. And then beyond the quarries and up to Fleetwith Pike. Yeah, and it's lovely and peaceful now. There's absolutely no wind at all down here. Now I'm getting quite warm now, so what a contrast. Right, so we're gonna make our way. It's a bit rocky in places and a bit squelchy in others. Never been down this way before. We've had a few new paths. Up and down Fleetwith Pike was new. This is new. First time I did Brandreth and Grey Knotts. It was a big walk. Was that? We started off in Gatescarth, and we went up to. Now then, which one comes first? The one that you go up Gambling End to get to. Anyway, so we shot up Gambling End to that, and back down over Haystacks, and then up that path that I showed you as we were coming down Fleetwith Pike. We went up that path and up onto Brandreth, over Grey Knotts, and then we shot off like pathless over there to that what's it called? That building where we turned off the tramway. Anyway, to there. My memory is shocking, isn't it? And then we went over Black Star, Fleetwith Pike, and then down Fleetwith Edge back to Gatescarth. So that was a big day, was that? Right, we're coming to a bit here that looks as if it might get a bit steep. I don't know. Oh, right, on our way down. So as you can see, we're nearly back at car. So I'm going to sign off. Thoroughly enjoyed this. To say that the intention really for when I came to Honister was just to nip up and down Fleetwith Pike, just to get it ticked off second time round and not bother filming it really, because it had only been really short. But I thought, why not add these two on as well and make a video of it. Yeah, it's been really good. It's been quieter than I expected as well for a Sunday. No, good. We've had great views, stunning views, weren't they, down Buttermere and Ennerdale. I mean, even here, looking up at old Quarry. Yeah, it's amazing. So, hope you've enjoyed today. Been good, hasn't it? Really enjoyed it. If you have, hopefully, we'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra!